Are you tired of leads ghosting you maybe after a first call? Maybe it's an old prospect, the lead went cold, and you're like, Harrison, how do I get these people back to engage with me? And the secret is, believe it or not, emailing. And in this video, I'm going to talk a lot about what you can do to effectively email your prospects, email past prospects, and ultimately get people back to engaging with you and hopefully calling you to pay you money every single month, that beautiful monthly recurring revenue, and help you grow your MSP business. How are you doing? My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs grow, whether that's sales training, marketing training, or even some business operations. Before I get into today's video, if you want to go check out growth-generators.com. We have everything from our programs, the MSP Heroes, the Launchpad. You want to jump in the Discord, 1,100 plus members. Still blows my mind. But we've recently released a couple new freebies that you can go grab. If you stink with objections, you have objections here. And even there are some tools hidden throughout this. I'm not gonna point them out or anything, but maybe if you happen to go grab the mega marketing cheat sheet, it would go pretty well with this video as well about marketing your business, right? So go check it out, growth-generators.com/resources. I will leave some super helpful links down in the video description, or if you're listening to the podcast, because you can take my beautiful voice on the go under the MSP Heroes podcast. There are links on the website as well. There will be links in that podcast description. So let's talk about why email marketing still works, because I can't believe how many people are like, it's dead, Harrison. I don't want to pick up the phone, but emailing is dead. I can't deal with this. You're lying to yourself. Truthfully, the biggest companies, if it was dead, why do you get marketing emails from the biggest companies on the planet? Every single night I go to bed, I wake up, and I have email marketing from a bunch of different companies. Whether or not I realized I was subscribing at the time, that's irrelevant. But I still get them. No matter how many times I feel like I hit the unsubscribe button, there's new companies somehow getting my information and marketing to me. It works. Trust me. If they're doing it, it's going to work for you. Not only that, I have heard hundreds of stories about how email marketing works. It works to help me grow my business. It works to help grow MSPs all the time. So let's take that and just crush that idea right off the bat. The reason it works and the reason it's the best is because we all have this little device in our pockets. Imagine being able to communicate with your customer whenever you want, all the time. That's the beautiful part about it. It's low cost and super high ROI, return on investment. It usually costs almost nothing. Sometimes it's included with different programs, and it has the highest ROI. You can directly talk to people when you want it. And you don't need a big list. If you're like, Harrison, I don't have that many contacts, that doesn't matter at all. And I'm going to share with you why it doesn't matter and how to even have a small list of people reach out to you, right? And warm them back up. But if you're not doing this, you are quite literally leaving money on the table. And that's the last thing anybody wants. And most MSPs give up too early, or they just don't use it at all, which makes no sense to me. So the first thing you're probably doing is a monthly newsletter. And this is great, right? Tip of the month, maybe cybersecurity news, maybe a story, highlight a blog post. Hopefully, your MSP is putting these out. But more important than putting out a monthly newsletter is knowing who we're actually going after. So I'm going to share my screen here. And if you haven't grabbed the buyer persona yet, I truly do not know what you're waiting for, because it's the best thing that I've put out possibly ever. Right? You can take all of this information. We need to know who your target customer is, because if we don't know who your target customer is, your newsletter is not going to connect, right? Think about it this way, and this is going to get a little crazy. I'm not a huge sports guy, but I know I can make this make sense for everybody. Imagine you have Tom Brady, arguably the best quarterback of all time, right? Throwing a ball to the receiver. Right? He's going to take that ball. Here's the thing, though. Instead of a football, what if we made it a golf ball or a frisbee? It's the right thing, but the wrong method. There's a disconnect there. And in this case, right, Tom Brady doesn't throw golf balls or a frisbee or anything like that. He needs to have the right person with the right message that we can send out to those people. It's the exact same thing. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but truthfully, if you're going to send out email marketing, we need to know who your dream customer is. And for every MSP watching, this is going to vary tremendously depending on where you're at, who your target customer is, the services that you're going to offer, where you're going to offer those services. But we need to know approximately a fake first name, last name, an age range, where are they located, the demographics, the sociographics, behaviors and habits. If you want to go grab this and fill out the second page, but truly the most successful people end up filling this whole thing out. And it's floating, there it is, for the free buyer persona. It's completely free. You can go grab it. But you have to fill that out because we have to make sure that the newsletter that we're sending actually connects. If you're talking about CrowdStrike and airports going down, but your target customer is a dentist, well, guess what? He's gonna be like, I don't care. Truthfully, unless he has CrowdStrike, which probably doesn't, right? So these are really important things to know about as you go. You have to make sure that you know who's getting the message, because then when you build out your newsletter, you can actually put information that they're going to say, this is super helpful. If you ever join my email list or get any of my resources, I make sure that every single email, yes, it's going to have call to actions to view other things, but it is jam packed with value. Or it's a link to our latest blog post, a YouTube video. You probably have blog posts, maybe even YouTube videos. Maybe you even have LinkedIn posts. Those are fantastic to put in your newsletter. And you could also send things out in between your newsletter. So I just made a little Canva image here just to kind of help portray what I'm talking about, right? We have an email. This is probably a little harder to see than I hoped it would be, but we have all of these emails that people are actually going to end up going through, right? We need to bring them all the way through our list, right? That's really what we need to have. So if we could take an email and bring them through and keep giving them great value throughout these emails, they're going to be much more likely to open the emails, to engage with those emails, and then we can automate a lot of these emails. Now, a newsletter is something that's going to go out once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. But we don't want to bombard them. We want to make sure it's full of great information geared towards your target customer. But what do we actually send between that? We can use YouTube videos, like I've already mentioned, blog posts, LinkedIn posts, maybe resources that you've made. Those are super helpful. And if you need help implementing it, book the call, right? That should go at the bottom of every single email. Why not? But if you're lazy, myself included, we can automate these things. Now, the newsletter you're going to have to put together once a month. And truth be told, there's probably things happening all the time in your industry. You can put that information in there, and you want to try to build or recreate things on your website. So that way people do actually come through and say, hey, you know what? Harrison's website or your website is full of useful information. But if you don't have that and you want to automate it, you can automate it with a program like Go High Level or High Level, right? There will be a link down below for it if you'd want to go check it out. Also, it's included with MSP Heroes, but you could use other programs too. You have ActiveCampaign, you have HubSpot. I would stay away from Salesforce. Truthfully, I don't think that they're a great platform anymore. I think they've really kind of fallen off, and they're a decent CRM. But if you want the marketing features, HubSpot is pricey though. ActiveCampaign is probably one of the best email marketing automation platforms out there. And yes, you have Zoho among other things. But if you want full-blown automated marketing in HubSpot, you're talking about $800 a month. It's not a little bit of money. And I'm saying that not to scare anybody, but there are plenty of platforms out there. And if you happen to go to even something as what I would hate to say MailChimp, it's okay as well. You can still get great results, but you have to make sure that you know who your target customer is, and then you pair that up with great messaging and sequencing and automating those things, especially for a new lead. Right? So I want to give you a couple quick examples of what you should be producing out. Right? If they download something on your website, thanks for downloading our cybersecurity checklist. Boom, 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 right? They're going to get several emails following that, back to that Canva file. They're going to hit download, and they're going to get several emails following that right after it. That's great. Hey, maybe you made a file or made something that's 3 mistakes most small businesses make with IT. Email, email, email. The beautiful part is when you know who's downloading your stuff using your buyer persona, use a little bit of AI magic in there, maybe a little chat GPT, you can have fantastic results and you can automate all of that going out. People should be getting 3 to 5 emails after they fill out a form. So you can send a monthly newsletter once a month or twice a month. And then in between, you can send value emails based on the actions that people are taking on your website. That's the beautiful part about it. But emailing is the easiest way to get through to somebody. There's other platforms too. Like I said, you have MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, HubSpot. I'm a personal fan of Go High Level, ConvertKit, Keep. The list really goes on and on. But we want to make sure that we're giving value. And this is truly why most MSPs fail with marketing. They don't know who their dream customer is. They have no idea who their buyer persona is. They're not willing to go through it. They're not willing to put this out and write this whole thing down and then throw it in ChatGPT and say, hey, Chat, what would be valuable emails we can make? Marketing isn't hard, but it does take time. But the time does pay off. The best MSPs are getting leads all the time because they're automating their emails, they're putting out a newsletter every single month, and they're putting a little bit of effort in creating YouTube videos or blog posts for their ideal customer. They find value in it, they download something, and then they get automated emails throughout the process. So that is truly how you succeed online. I hope you guys found some value in this video. It's a little bit short, but I'm heading out to Orlando, Florida for the next couple days. If you happen to be in the area on Saturday, let me know. Maybe I'll get together with you. But it is a short little trip. I appreciate the heck out of all of you guys for watching the video, for hopefully liking, subscribing, notifying. But it was a short video. I want to add some value because I keep hearing this rumor that marketing and especially when email marketing doesn't work. It's just you're not connecting with the right customer. And when you take these things that I've given you in this video and connect them with the right person, magic happens. Love the heck out of you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.